this week's video, Tori and Carrie Wayne are hunting an old gravel pit. On the first stand, they have one wheel and run just as he shoots, but on the second stand, they make up for it and get two with one shot.
When have you ever seen that on a Predator video? Alright, here's the deal. I come in here about, several days ago. Located coyotes right here in this general area we're standing right now. Me and Carrie Wayne are going to go just a little deeper in a second, get the wind right, and set up. It's an old gravel pit spot. The coyotes are wearing it out. We've got an SMZ on this side of us. Thicket and gravel road back the other way. We're going to get right here on the edge of this SMZ, or maybe in it, and see if we can set up and call one out. And when I say it is eat up with sign, take a look at these tracks. We'll go get set up here in just a second. That's some coyote sign. It don't mean we'll call them up, but we're in a good spot. Let's try it. Alright. Fill y'all in on what's going on. We're set up now. We've got a wind. It's kind of a downwind / crosswind. It's angling back this way. We expect the coyotes to be right here. We've got the Icotech set up just upwind of us here. And I was going to howl a couple times, see if we could get a response. If not, we were going to sit here and see if one would come in silent. But I reached in my pocket. My call can's not there. So I don't know if sometimes I set them down in the truck and let them dry out. Anyway, I don't have my calls, so Carrie Wayne's gonna howl behind the camera. And it's just as good as me howling, and see if we can get one called in. Across the gravel, really. They're in the block where the truck is. We need to get the hell out of here. Sounds like they're already closer. Alright, we made a quick move on the coyotes that just answered Carrie Wayne's house. All we did was move to the other side of this gravel pit. Carrie Wayne's gonna howl again, and because of the way the wind's moving, I dropped the Icotech off probably 50 yards from where we're at. So I'm gonna answer his house Anytime. I think you hit that pine. Wheeled as I shot.
Nah.
After the coyote wheeled and spun just as Tori shot and he missed, they decided to move on the other side of the gravel pits and get in the woods and try to call up some of the other coyotes they heard howling.
Alright, this is going to be the second stand of the morning. We just howled in a coyote on the first stand. Didn't get him killed. He come right in there on top of us. Just couldn't make it happen. He saw us right there at the last second. But anyway, we're still in the same area. We just moved about 150, 200 yards. A lot of sign in here. Maybe a fox in here. As well as coyotes. No, there's coyotes here. So we'll set up just do a little distress right off the bat and see if we can pull in, you know, fox or a coyote, maybe even a cat. Coons, we ain't picky. Anytime. Boom, baby. 2 in 1 shot. How about that? I'm going to go out here and make sure none of them need another shot.
Hold on.
Two in 1 shot. When have you ever seen that on a predator video? 2 stands, 3 codes. Back to back. MFK pup yip moans on the Icotech. Kerry Wayne on the howler. I forgot my howler. MFK competition howls on the Icotech. And we are rolling them up. The 870. The infamous 870. Putting the hurt on them. Talk about the power of MFK this morning. Man.
It took longer to get here than it did to kill him.
I'm telling you. We come in here. This is a spot that I located coyotes at about a week ago. Had a 10-year-old boy coming in named Chase Prickett, big MFK fan. We were going to come hunt these coyotes, and we got rained out, got messed up, didn't get to come hunt them. They had to go home. So the coyotes were still here. It's been like I said, it's been all 5 or 6 days now, and Kerry Wayne had the morning off, so knew where these coyotes were at, said let's go try them. They should still be in the same place. We walked in here, first time we've ever hunted this spot. We're in the SMZ right now, but right here out to the right of us, it'd be back to the south of us. Right here to the south, there's a gravel pit. How many coyote tracks are in that gravel pit?
It's ridiculous.
It's probably the most coyote sign we've seen in one spot. It is just, I mean, they're hitting it every night, every day. Looks like they're living here, obviously. So the locating was key to this spot. We come in here, we set up in that gravel pit right off the bat, and I've either lost my calls, laid them down in the truck. Anyway, reach for them MFK diaphragms are not in my pocket. That's another reason to have the Icotech and MFK sound library, and we're going to show you the sounds that we used this morning here in a second. I didn't have my calls, but my backup man did. And what was you using?
3-reed.
3-reed adult howler, MFK 3-reed adult howler, of course. And we were just going to howl a couple times, see if they would answer us. If they didn't, we'd see if they'd come in silent, and if not, go into some distress. But what'd you howl? 2 times?
Yeah.
I think it was twice.
I didn't finish my normal sequence and they was already howling.
They answered us. They answered back south of us. We didn't set up there originally because of the sun, but the coyote answered. We jumped up, made a quick move. Y'all may see that on the video depending on how much time we take. But we jump up, make a quick move, sat down, Kerry Wayne howls. I answer him with MFK competition howls on my Icotech, and I'll let you see what that sounds like right now. This is one of our go-to sounds. It is MFK competition male howls on the Icotech. There's only one place to get it, and that's off the MFK website, www.mfkgamecalls.com, to get these sounds, or the MFK edition Icotech. This is the sound that I answered Kerry Wayne with. Coyote answered and was immediately coming. It actually already went over towards where we were first set up. This is the sound. And it howls 1 or 2 more times. All it is a 3 or 4 note lone howl. It's super effective for locating, super effective for calling them in, as you can see from this hunt. But we answered ourselves. The coyote howls behind us. It's either a different coyote or the original coyote we heard had already come part way. So we just spin around where we're sitting at, barely get set up. You see him in just a second.
Yeah, it's seconds.
I mean, it's just probably within 10 seconds of setting down, and probably less than a minute from the time the coyote howled, it was on top of it. On top of us, it comes in through some thick pines, trying to get the camera and the gun lined up at the same time. Didn't get the shot on the coyote. It was coyote got away from us. It was as close as 15 yards. It runs off. We sit there for a minute, let things calm down. That brings us to here. And I'm taking time because we get so many questions about setups, what we're shooting, the calls used. And, you know, I'm trying to do a better job of filling y'all in on that stuff, even though it adds a little bit to the content of the hunt. Some people don't like to sit through it. But for those of you wanting to learn how we're doing it, that's what this is for. So now, I don't know if you can tell, we'll try to pan around and show it to you. This is a strip of timber. It's probably 75 yards wide with a clear-cut thicket on 2 sides of it. And back to the south is that gravel pit that we mentioned had all the tracks in it. So it was a perfect funnel spot. When we sat down, we had a cross wind basically blowing across the strip of timber. We were set up on one edge of it where we came in from the south. As soon as we got in here and we could see decent, we sat down. Set the Icotech right out in front of us, which would have put the collar just upwind of our setup, and turned on MFK pup yip moans. It's a pup distress sound that we recorded, what, a year or so ago? Last year. Really just started playing with it this year because we had so many other sounds that we've used. But I wish we'd have used it more last year.
Me too.
I don't know how many coyotes have come in on it in the past 2 weeks.
A lot.
I mean, it is a super sound. I don't think Kerry Wayne got on the first coyote that come in, but how many, there's no cutaways in the video. It's live time, live action. It's the first series. As soon as I turn it on, it's been playing seconds. And this coyote is boiling in. I mean, it's coming as fast as it can come. It's running in so fast that I reach and hit the stop button on the collar, hoping to slow the coyote down, and it worked. It actually worked great, because it stopped and was looking for the source of the sound. It was in a thick spot, and here comes coyote number 2 boiling in. It runs up there, gets in behind the other one, and they start coming across. I didn't turn any more sounds on there looking for it, which is exactly what we wanted them to do, because it was giving us video and shot opportunities. And they kind of come through in a thick spot, which that's always the case with our hunting. It's thick everywhere. Always a wall of briars and bullshit. But that's what we have to deal with here, and that's what make our videos unique. I mean, we have to call them in close. We have to call them in closer than anybody else in the industry. And you have to have good stuff to do that. Realistic calls and good setups. And that's what we're trying to explain to you with the wind, etc. The calls that we use. But anyway, the coyotes come across. They get right together. And any good turkey hunter learns about lining heads in states that that's legal, of course. But anyway, I was looking for the opportunity. These coyotes come in there, they stopped. Kerry Wayne said, I'm on them. And it was about as good as it was going to get, because the coyotes were fixing to go on and the wind was trying to swirl a little bit on us. So the lead coyote is crossed up with the back coyote. So I put the bead right on the tip of the back coyote's nose. I knew my pattern at that distance. I know what my gun does. I knew it was 2 going down when I pulled the trigger, and that's what happened. I don't know of another video where you see 2 coyotes killed in one shot, but here it is, doubled up, 2 in one shot, 3 coyotes in 2 stands, not over 4 or 5 minutes worth of hunting. That's the power of MFK. I mean, MFK sound files, MFK diaphragms, you can't beat them. They put them in our lap, they sound realistic, and proof's laying right here. And we do it over and over and over again. But I mentioned that, talking about some of the stuff we use, I mentioned that pup yip moan sound. I'll play it for you right quick and let you hear what it sounds like. So if you want to check it out on the website, it is a super badass, super effective sound. This is a sample of it. And that's about how long it took for the first coyote to come hauling ass in here. But anyway, it's a super good sound. Pup yip moans, MFK pup yip moans on the MFK edition Icotech. You can buy the sound file straight off our website. You can get the MFK edition collar straight off the website. You can get any of our other stuff off the website, the apparel, the hats, etc. That's mfkgamecalls.com. I mentioned, and I probably get more questions about this than anything. A lot of times I forget to cover it in the videos, so I'm going to do it right now. What am I shooting in the 870? Choke and shells. The choke is just a standard factory Remington .670 choke tube. Nothing special about it. It is not a high dollar choke, but it shoots badass. Patterns BBs exceptionally well, and that's what we were shooting this morning, was 3-inch BBs. They're Hornady, and they pattern extremely well out of this gun. Number 4 buckshot patterns pretty good out of this gun. We can only use it during deer season, so I swap out between the BBs and the buckshot. I'm probably going to go strictly to the BBs because they just shoot. I mean, the pattern is just ridiculous. This was a long shot through a bunch of brush, and I still killed 2 coyotes with it. When they're close range, it jellies their head. So it's a badass combination. I'm not saying that'll shoot well in your gun, but it's a good starting point. .670 choke tube, 3-inch BBs is what I'm shooting. Get that question every day. But we've been talking about this a pretty good while. Think I've covered everything. You know, anything else to add that would help them out any kind of way, or anything I left out about the hunt?
Don't forget your calls.
Don't forget your calls. I don't know if I've lost my calls. Probably left them laying in the truck. But like I said,
I'm sure the call maker will hook you up.
yeah, I got connections on the calls, maybe. But if you can't use the calls or you forget your calls, I've got myself, Jason, Kerry Wayne, an abundance of live animal sounds. Icotech had me covered. I was good to go. Plus I had Kerry Wayne with me, and he's a howling machine, as y'all have seen on numerous videos. So here's 2 dead coyotes. We were in good shape. I just got to sit back, mash buttons on the remote, and pull that trigger one time. Double up. You ain't gonna beat that.
You ain't gonna beat it.
Have you ever seen it on a Predator show? On coyotes?
Not that I can remember.
I can't remember seeing it on anything, but I know I haven't seen it on coyotes. I'm not saying it's not out there, but if it is, it's rare. And one thing about it, you saw it on MFK. But it's a good hunt, a fun hunt.
Still early.
Yeah, we're fixing to go try to kill something else, and odds are high that we will. So hopefully we'll see y'all with another dead coyote here in just a second. We appreciate y'all watching. If you're watching this video, thanks for watching. If you've stayed to the end and you liked our stuff, subscribe to our channel. We've probably got 200 other videos up. A lot of instructional stuff and a ton of kill footage on all types of predators, but and pretty informative stuff. Get a lot of feedback and messages from people saying they picked up tips. They send us pictures of dead coyotes, send us testimonials about learning to use the calls. We really appreciate that. Really appreciate the feedback. Love getting the pictures. I do my best to reply and talk to everybody. Kerry Wayne, Jason, Dave, all of us do. So really appreciate the support. It's been great. Thank y'all.